Hi Fastronauts! Today's movement snack, we are going to be focusing on mobilizing the thoracic spine, and then we're going to be releasing tension in the neck and the shoulders. And I'm going to show you a super cool trick. It's something that I used to use when I was a sports massage therapist. It's a self-massage trick that you can do to take away the tension from your neck and shoulders. As always, I'm going to start with some breathing. Now, today's movement snack is from a seated position, because I realize some of you don't have stand-up work options. But for those of you standing, you can do this standing as well. So, from your seated position, sit as tall as you possibly can. Pull the chin back, so you're making a double chin. Sitting as tall as possible. And just start with some really deep breaths. So just take one deep breath in through the nose. And just keep on breathing in and out through the nose, taking really big deep breaths. Question: you can look at your own your own image in the camera. If you can see your chest and shoulders rising when you're taking your deep breath in, then that basically means that your diaphragm isn't doing the work that it should in order to suck in the air. Ideally, all of this needs to stay completely relaxed, the shoulders down, the arms relaxed, no movement in the upper chest or the shoulders, but all of the movement in the lower abdomen. Because as the diaphragm moves down, it pushes your guts out 360 degrees, and then your guts then re-innovate to create tension in the whole of the midsection and creating an exhale. So your core basically gets 20 to 30,000 contractions every day when you're breathing correctly. So let's go for 2 more deep breaths. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale, 2, 3. Deep breaths, all with the lower abdomen. Okay, so now a little bit of thoracic movement. You put your hands on your desk, and to start with, we'll just start with some shoulder rolls. So pull the shoulders down away from the ears as far as you can. Pull them back, and up and forward. Huge, huge circles. These are called camshafts. A bit like a car camshaft action. Okay, now go backwards. Huge circles. Okay, and then cat-cow, arching the back and pushing your rib cage back, and then inhale. Push the rib cage forward, point your sternum upward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Always through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. And exhale. Okay, fingers together. Make a line straight down in front of your eyes with your elbow. Big vertical line. Bring the other one around. While one's going down, the other one's circling back up and around. While you do this, try and keep your head and your hips still. So this is creating a lot of movement in the rib cage. Send your elbow as far forward as you possibly can. Then we'll reverse and send the elbow forward and up, 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 up. And just getting a nice bit of movement into the rib cage. Okay, next, reach the arms forward, thumbs down into a flexed position, then inhale. pull the elbows back as far as you can. Exhale, reaching the arms up over the head. Inhale, pull the elbows down, and then exhale into your flexed position again. And again, 2 more times. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, elbows down. And exhale. One more time. Inhale up. Inhale down. I think exhale up, inhale down. Anyway, sorry. Exhale, reach. Okay. Rolling off the shoulders. Right. So now we're going to get on to the neck. We're going to put a little bit of movement through the neck first. Then we're going to activate these muscles. These are muscles called your deep neck flexors. They become really long when you hold your head forward. And these muscles at the back, your extensors, these are going to be in a really tight position because we hold them there for too long. So we're going to switch on these, loosen off those, and therefore help the head come back up into a more neutral position. So palms facing outward. Look over your shoulder as far as you can, each way, keeping the chin tucked in. Tall posture. Okay, now try and look at the top of your sternum. And you do that by pulling your head backward. And then you look up, pull the head back, look up, pull the head back, look up. Pull the head back, look up. Okay, and then a little bit of tilting. So think about pulling this ear upward rather than dropping the other ear down. And pulling the ear up, up, up. Okay, with the tilting. Okay. Now we're going to switch on your deep neck flexors. We've already done a little bit of that with the looking at the top of the sternum. So to do that, do your best to pull your chin in as much as you possibly can. It's going to be hard for me to talk when I'm doing this properly. So you pull it in, you pull the head back, and then look at one shoulder and look at the other. So you literally imagine that there's like a spider crawling across the top of your chest, and you're trying to look at the spider from side to side, all the while sending the head backwards and upwards. That's it. So it's even more effective to do this when you're laying on the floor facing up, because that would be the very first time that you would have activated your deep neck flexors when you came out of the womb, when you're exploring the new world around you with your eyes, you try to lift the head up and you're looking in, and that's why these are really important muscles to keep engaged and switched on, because they feed into all of the other stability muscles down the line. Anyway, so next, now we've switched those on, we're going to release these muscles, which are the ones that sit in this position. Now to do that, I'm going to come a little bit closer. I'm going to turn my back to you, and you're basically going to grab, you're going to put this part of just the tips of your fingers into the muscles just below the base of your skull. So imagine the long muscles that go all the way down either side of your spine. You're going to be basically just working the top area just there. So it looks like this. You got the fingertips, and you're just going to push the fingertips into that area, and you're just going to start pulling them down away from the base of your skull. While you're doing this, make sure that you keep your chin pulled back and you keep a long neck. So. Okay, next, your end position is going to be pulling the chin back and looking at that point on the top of your sternum again. So you're going to start in this position, which is where you might end up, during your working day. You're going to start there. You're going to push your fingers in, and then you're going to pull your head back whilst pulling your fingers down. So it looks like this from the side. So you're ending in this position. I'll show you from the rear as well. So you put the fingers in, you pull the head back, and you look to the top of your sternum while allowing your fingers to run down the tissue on the back of the neck. Okay, so now we have released that muscle, which is really tight when we're in this position. So now we're going to re-switch on the deep neck flexors one more time, and then you're good to go. So pulling the chin in, look at the top of the sternum, look from side to side. Really pull your head back as far as you can. And just roll off the shoulders. Now, just consider that for every inch that your head sits forward from perfect head posture. What is perfect head posture? While we're on it, think earlobe. The earlobe needs to be in line with the bone that's on the top of the shoulder there. So it basically means when you're sitting as tall as you possibly can, or standing as tall as you can. For every inch that your head sits forward is an extra 10 pounds of pressure into those cervical discs. And that's why people get disc herniations over time, is because there's just tons and tons of pressure on the discs because we're always holding our head forward. Thank you for joining me. I will look forward to seeing you live next week. Thanks, bye for now.